What is going on, everybody? Jumbo Thick here. We are back with the Expedition of the Damned, a Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 4th Edition campaign. I am your GM, your DM for the night, Jumbo Thick, joined by almost the full cast and crew. We are short one Lucien Levesque, but it kind of plays in with how everything's been happening. So let's do some brief introductions, and then we will get into the thick of it, as it is. Let's start off with Pierce Galactic.
What's going on, everyone? It is me, Pierce Galactic. I'll be playing everyone's favorite and most misunderstood handgunner, Wolfen Kistler, from the fine state of Ausland, not those other weaker, softer states in the south.
Soft.
Pathetic, very pathetic, very soft down there.
Pathetic.
I've come quite the journey. I've led the expedition many adventures. I've helped get nefarious foes or assistants out of the way. I've relieved them of tainted money in the past.
Exactly, it's true.
I found a great room of treasure that I'm sure I will tell Luther all about, or not, somebody, and I'm out for a long and healthy life. That's what I'm looking for.
Long and healthy.
I'm going to turn on my mindfulness book and just get to work and have a long, healthy life on the juice.
I'm with you. I understand completely.
See, misunderstood completely.
Yeah. Let's slide on down to Dan Decker.
Hello, everyone. It is me, Dan Decker, and I will be playing the only non-homie other than me mate, Rory Rompster. It's Nog Throat Ripper. He is he's an ogre, likes to eat folks. He does, man eater. And a presence, you might say, on the battlefield. Last I believe I was bringing up a rear, and I don't know. We're gonna let Anthony get into it, but I've got my pal Rory with me.
You do.
Who usually, keeps things interesting by tossing a few cocktails along the way, a little Roy Rumpy roasters.
Yeah, some roasters. Get some
when,
roasting action.
When things go well. But having old Rory around, he makes things all the better. And then, of course, there's Mr. Luthor. Always buddies with Mr. Luthor. He's quite all right, he is.
Exactly. Let's slide on over to Jumbo Smooth.
Hello, everyone. I am Jumbo Smooth. I play Luther Steinhauer. He is a pyromancer. He is a attractive wizard. Power of Akshi. He's got a golem named Ignis, which is a large fiery metal monstrosity, and he doesn't have any apprentices anymore. Sadly, his apprentice was killed.
So sad.
But who knows? Maybe he'll retrieve a few more and teach him his ways in the future.
Exactly. In the future.
Yeah, exactly.
And last but not least for today, Dewey 209.
Hello, I play Henry, and I forgot to level up, so I'll give you a short intro because Wolfram's was very long.
All right, well, Henry is getting a level on, getting his stuff all leveled up. All right, while you are doing that, last we left off, the crew of the expedition has finally found themselves in the far-off town/penal colony converted. Gets interesting of Sudenburg, which was your ultimate destination when you set out from the on your expedition originally. Having been waylaid in Lashik, regrouping resources and deciding ultimately to not brave the seas but go through the sands of the great desert of Araby, making your way through many ups and downs, as one might say, meeting some friends and some enemies along the way. You finally arrived, only to find the city under siege, or more or less recently fallen, or at least the outer walls, so it seems, with blue flames dancing along the rooftops, everything engulfed in the flames of change. In so doing, you had a decision to make. And ultimately, you decided to brave within to the city itself, and in hopes of either beating back the intruders, or perhaps accomplishing your true goal that Mr. Luther knows about before everything is lost. But as of right now, you find yourselves split as the diminished wagon train of the expedition could not quite make its way up the fleshy ramp that once was a wall as quickly as Henry and his knights and the rest of you that rode with him on your nearby horses to help pave the way for the rest of the expedition. Sadly, needing a rear guard, Nog stayed behind to protect the actual wagons and your fellow companions. While Henry and his knights, lost in a what can only be described as a blood frenzy, launched themselves into a group of maddening cultists before they were ultimately flanked by some very heavy Chaos Knights wearing strange plate that has bizarre runes and a bluish tint to it, with Wolfram, Lucien, and Luther catching up shortly after, able to help Henry and his knights, hopefully, through this situation. As I will remind you that Henry, you and your knights find yourselves in the thick of a cultist mob that was sieging a nearby building. You're ripping through them. Ultimately, it looks like they're going to break at any moment should none of your knights or yourself fall in the process. There were only a handful of Eyes of Change knights, regular knights left. There are only three of the regular knights left, and we currently have 4 of the 5 of the disc riding knights that came from above that are still currently alive. One of them wounded, the other 3 relatively healthy. In addition to this, I will remind you that the setting that you currently find yourself, a wide street with buildings kind of crunched together over time, everything smushed together, with the changing flames just being ever so present throughout the city, you've realized that much of the terrain is changed and not for the better, as it appears to be hostile should you be in its near vicinity, as both Wolfram and Luther almost found out, but were able to slip away. So if you find yourself in a precarious situation, just know that things might happen. Regardless, though, with all of that taking place, you guys were able to hopefully put a dent in at least this current group of intruders before Lucien almost lost his life as one of the knights descended upon him and almost shredded him to pieces. Should it not have been the timely intervention of the mongrel, who was able to beat back one of the disc riders and the knights, as well as protect and stabilize Lucien's trusty second, Johanna de Vries. Now we're going to pick up in the middle of combat. We're going to pick up at, I saved all this, at the top of the round. We have... It looks like we have the cultist mob. So we're flashing back to Henry. Henry, get ready to defend yourself. Hope you remember how many points of momentum you have, because I don't. So I'm going to go ahead and start rolling for the cultists, though.
How's the mob looking right now? Are they still
They
very
are not looking
numerous?
good. There are Still a few, but they're on the verge of breaking should their leadership not be around.
Am I in the thick of it with my knights, or am I a little bit
You
separated?
are. So you would be kind of clustered somewhat together, but you are being separated by the sheer number of like cultist bodies in between each of you, as well as the actual Chaos Knights that have been attacking you.
I got a 5.
Okay. I'm going to say that is a success.
I would hope
So I would hope so as well. So you're going to be good on that. So you will avoid any damage. I will roll for an attack against your knights. And they, even both fails, they still defend themselves. So they're still looking good for now, including Badri.
Are they like full on crazy mode, or are they still somewhat?
They are currently, with all the blood that's been spilled, including their own and others, they are currently not listening to orders.
Okay.
And
right.
Should the bloodshed continue, perhaps other things might happen.
Yes. All right.
Okay, so that's going to be it for the cultists. First in initiative is usually going to be Lucien. However, he is currently incapacitated and no longer in this fight. Which will bring me to the mighty Luther.
Is there a knight around me?
So, the discs are like flyby. They're like passing and moving. So they wouldn't be considered engaged.
Okay.
As far as the Chaos Knights,
they're
pretty much occupied at this point. With Lucien falling, they've moved away and they're trying to press in on Henry and his knights, seeing them as the biggest threats.
Okay.
As you haven't done any super explosion spells yet.
That's true.
That might change, though.
That's possible.
So, yeah.
The mob.
Yes.
Are they? Did we leave our militia troops back with the wagon?
Yes. No, there's not. If you remember, there's not many of them left to begin with. But yes, they're all with the wagon with Nog.
They're all with the wagon. Okay. Okay. If I'm looking out onto the melee, seeing, I guess, the horses fighting them, the mob on foot, how do I, when I'm looking at Henry's knights, how do I feel about how things are going?
Well,
as a person,
as you glance out and you see the savagery and butchery that's happening, you're almost taken aback because they don't seem like the men you set off this expedition with.
If I remember correctly, were they killing people with their hands at this point?
Yes. They have almost, like, some of them have completely dropped weapons entirely and are just like crushing skulls with their bare hands. Well, I shouldn't say bare. I should say bare now because it appears the armor has apparently broken and sloughed off, and they've been able to, and somehow they're exerting very extreme strength for mere men.
They're just misunderstood.
Yes.
The frenzy that you're seeing, Luther, might in fact remind you of a certain group of blood cultists you guys ran into in the desert not long ago.
And I believe we discussed earlier, there's effects for magic in this area.
There are, yes. So right now, you actually get because of all the winds being drawn to this place right now, you have an additional plus 20 to all spellcasting rolls. However, if you get a critical, like, success or fail or in any way, you automatically trigger a miscast.
Miscast. Okay.
Yes, just because it's the nature of the terrain.
I I am going to.
What is the
I am
plan?
going to. If I'm a little bit back, I'm gonna channel some magic.
You're still channeling? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I haven't I didn't channel last time I was here. Well, at least last thing I did was channeling. So I'm gonna channel.
Okay. Go ahead and do some channeling, Luther.
All right.
You have a plus 20 to this, so
All right.
I got a feeling it's probably going to be successful.
It is successful. Not a ton. It's that is 2 levels. That would be 4 levels of success.
Okay. So you got 4 in the bank, Luther.
Mm-hmm.
When you begin to pull in the winds,
mm-hmm.
and I'm assuming that's going to be it for Luther's turn.
Yeah, that's all I can do.
All right, let's slide on down to my Chaos Warriors then. Henry, prepare yourself, pucker up. It's happening.
I'm puckered.
Defend yourself, my friend, as the first knight swings in with 2 levels of success.
I have, without my success, my momentum, I am at 3. Because I just put points into that.
That is going to be a successful defensive roll, Henry. You're able to slap aside another attack. After Lucien going down, a second warrior is going to charge towards you and try to attack you. Okay. So you will need to defend yourself one more time. They crush cultists in their wake, which also does help you. Alright, I have what looks like 2 degrees of failure for myself.
Okay. It's another 3 plus my momentum.
Yeah. So that's 2 points of momentum if you didn't have any already.
Yeah, I think I had 1 before.
Yeah, the 2 warriors, and they're using what look like swords, strange-looking blades attached to them, warped and not. They're in odd shapes than normal swords should be, with strange eyes.
They're Chaos Knights, not the
yes.
Actual,
These are Chaos Knights.
They're not attached to what's his name?
No, these are on horses.
Okay.
These aren't these are on knightly steeds, which are larger than your horses.
They're not part of Commander Hellwig.
Well, no, they're wearing the same armor.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Oh, yes. These are part of the Eyes of Change for sure, Henry.
Okay.
Your former companions.
Are they talking shit to him?
They're not so much yet.
I imagine they probably don't talk.
Yeah, there's not a lot of talking happening right now. But that will bring me to the Wolfman. Wolfram, you're on the ground, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to do?
I thought didn't some of the hair. Well, we were in the back of the wagon, but no. This is because I was climbing through the buildings.
Yes, you were climbing through the buildings.
That were turned to flesh because I was helping. Okay. Mm-hmm. So I'm still. Isn't Luther the closest to me still, or is it Lucien?
Yeah, he'd be. Luther's down on the street. Lucien was nearby.
Lucien used the fate point, so yeah.
Yes, he is currently being kind of like drug away by the mongrel. Him and Johanna.
Okay. What's around me? Like, is there any?
So
any
you still have the screeching, bizarre noises emanating from the sky from the many discs that are still around with their night cohort, as well as you see not too far from you, just down the street, you still see the frenzied melee between Henry and the various cultists and Chaos Knights.
Okay, I don't think I have a loaded weapon either. I think I might have a pistol, but I've got to reload. So,
yeah.
Is there a good spot, or preferably like behind Luther, maybe?
So, Yeah, you could attempt to try to duck behind Luther if you'd like, but if you're looking for a place from cover from the sky, the only cover is going to be within one of the buildings.
Well, I've got to find the closest building then.
Okay, all the buildings are warped and changed, Wolfram.
Shit, that's right.
So
I've got to reload, man.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it's up to you. You can take cover inside one of the buildings. Just at the end of the round, we'll roll to see if you are hindered in some way by the interesting effects.
All right, that sounds exciting. Whatever happens will be exciting.
So Wolfram, you duck into one of the buildings. Go ahead and reload if you'd like.
Okay. Give me a second. The main gun, my big gun.
Yes. Do you need like a 3, I think, now? Because you have your reload talent? Yeah.
It's very hard for me to not reload.
Yes,
it would be difficult. But also, I've got enough talents that let me do it. But let's not curse it.
$87.
Okay. Fortunately, because of 2 talents I have, that is a success.
That's a success. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
That was really close. Okay, so that's solid shot. That's my heavy shot. So my one that hurts the most. All right. So I've got a loaded weapon now.
All right. Wolfram ducks off to reload. While that is happening, that will bring us to the discs. It appears that Henry is being assaulted right now, but Luther is kind of out there channeling magic, doing his thing. I feel like some discs are going to swoop down and try to kill him now. So Luther, one of them is dive bombing you. You need to defend yourself. Ooh, this is not good. That's not good. It's going to be 4 degrees of success, Luther, on this attack roll.
Too bad I got the super crit 69.
A dodge, right?
Yeah. Well, let me reroll actually. If you got 4 levels like this.
Yeah. So remember, you have to do a dodge. They're considered large. So
they're large.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's even worse. You don't have to, but it would be bad.
All right, you one more reroll.
You got another one?
That was a bad one. Oh. I have to use my last one. I can't take a hit.
It's not looking good, Luther.
There we go. 55 crit. Success.
Critical success. Let's just. We're out of fortune points already. First roll, completely out.
I had to.
All right.
I can't take a hit from one of these bad boys.
You probably can't. I'm not gonna lie. It would be bad. But one of them just. That's like screeching noise announces it before you even see it coming. You do manage to easily dodge out of the way, however, still channeling magic to yourself as it flies by. That will bring me to the rest of them are just going to dive bomb knights. They can't get to Wolfram because he is out of view. So yeah, that's it. Let's see how the knights do. Well, they're gonna be fine because I rolled a 98 on my attack for that, so they're good. Yeah. Yeah. All right. That will then bring me to Henry. Finally, it is your turn. You were last in initiative in your combat.
All right. Well, I can't disengage from that because I'm in melee with 2 people. Never mind.
You're in melee with a lot of stuff. Actually.
I was gonna see if there's a possibility like push through to get to Luther, but that doesn't seem likely. Here we go.
Attacking.
Well,
I have 4 degrees of effect.
Well, I gotta reroll. It's 99. I was doing so well.
Oh shit!
That would be. I have 3 momentum, I think. So that would be 2 levels of success.
2 levels of success. It is going to hit Henry.
God, I do all this math.
75. That should be the. It might not be the chest. Let me make sure.
So it's a minimum of 12. Plus.
That is, it's a body shot. It's a chest shot.
All right. Mage Crusher is damaging.
Yeah. So damaging.
Double my strength, so that would be. It's a minimum of 24 and double my strength. So my strength is 10.
Yeah, your strength will be, because normally you're 5, you go to 10.
So we're looking at a minimum of 16. Plus damaging. Where's damaging?
Damaging allows you to sub out your success rolls for the last number of the dice.
I'll do that as well.
So you can add 3 more because you had 2 levels instead it would be 5.
So it would be 21.
So you said it was at 16, so that brings it up 19, right?
Oh, yeah, that's fine. I was going off of the 5 that I rolled.
16, 19. Doesn't it have something else too? Is that it?
It just has pummel and slow.
Okay.
It gains impact and piercing.
Yeah, you also impact, so then you get to add another 5.
24?
Yeah, that sounds right. 24 points of damage.
I could have just doubled that one instead. But yeah, 24. That's what we're going to go with.
24 points of damage. Let me see here. You instantly kill another knight.
Yes.
Just
now
smashes through completely caves the chest in, falls off his horse. The horse begins to smash and begins to aimlessly charge off through the cultist mob.
Do I still have frenzy?
You do, so you get to make a second attack.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Big monies. That's big money. 54.
That is, I have 2 degrees of failure on my defensive roll. Dear Lord.
Yeah, that would be 4 levels of success. Okay, so that would make it 16 plus the 4, so 20 plus impact, so 25.
It should be. It should just be 2 less than what you did, right?
I believe you.
Yeah. Regardless, it is
23.
Yeah, something like that. It should be even with all the armor and everything. It's not going to be enough with that much damage coming through. So unfortunately, the second knight goes down. There's only 1 knight left that is engaged with your other knights, but you clear the path of the large figures. Henry, you have nothing but cultists surrounding you at the moment as you cave in yet another chest, just back to back. 2 vicious swings of your newfound hammer.
I had to stand there probably covered in blood.
I mean, you're still on your horse, Henry.
I thought I got knocked off my horse.
No, I don't think so.
Oh,
weren't you?
I don't remember.
I think you're
maybe
still
not.
on your horse. Yeah, you're still mounted.
Okay. Well, then I will turn and face the cultists. Then Henry's going to yell, "Who else wants to die for the Empire?"
Okay. I like it, Henry. I like it. With that will bring me now finally to the Nog. The Nog fighting down the horde of what we know of as Zangor, these strange beaked beastmen with kind of pinkish, purplish skin, lots of blues and kind of bright colors that are just trying to swarm the wagons of the expedition. Nog has been slicing through them. You care to make an attack roll, Nog?
Yeah. Let's go ahead and let's do.
I have 1 degree of success on a dodge for the horde.
Okay, 45 under 80, one with Rory, so that gives me at least 3 levels of success.
And I think you had two
Momentums.
You had at least 2 momentum.
Yeah, so
at least.
at least 5 levels of success there. So how does that clear the horde?
So just tell me how much damage you're going to do. Since they're smaller than you double your strength.
All right, so that's my weapon bonus.
Yeah, we'll do your weapon bonus plus your whatever your strength is.
Plus
your strength
5.
modifier doubled. I think yours is 6, isn't it?
Let's see, my strength is a 63, so yeah 6.
So 6.
So 12 plus
go to 12.
5.
So that's 17 plus your
plus
success
the
levels.
Success levels. So 22.
Yeah, 22 points of damage just with a single swing.
Swoosh.
As you just swish and just slice through a massive chunk of them.
Have Rory throw one of the cocktails out there. Just like akin to a fireball, where this a different kind of game.
To a fireball.
Yeah. I don't care how big the room is. I said fireball.
Yeah, exactly. Go ahead and just roll a D100. You're looking to get under a 30.
Let's go, Rory. Oh, bless him. It's just not quite in his cards today.
Unfortunately,
probably took a little bit of a
it's not a critical failure.
No, it's not. So, but probably troubling.
He's
trying to hold on.
He's he's trying to hold on as you're just slicing through all the bodies, and they're just exploding around you.
Yeah, Well, thanks, Roy, for your.
He's throwing roasters, but they're not finding any good purchase right now.
It's okay. It's all right. We just keep trying.
The Zangors, it'll be the Horde's turn to fight the clapback Nog.
Oh yeah.
And
could I do a defensive intimidation? Would you allow for that?
So,
or do I have to?
So normally that has to be on your turn. You can intimidate.
Right.
Yeah, for attack rolls, you have to either block or dodge.
That's fair. You know me, always looking for flavor.
Exactly. Give me I'm assuming a block for you.
Yeah. I'll use my Shimtar to block.
Yeah, I have 2 degrees of success. Actually,
well, that's going to be an even wash. So Rory gives me 1, and then that means you and I tied.
Okay. Well, on a tie, I always give it to you guys.
Oh, and my momentums. So actually,
well, yes, you're forgetting about all your
3.
momentum. Yeah.
Because I gained another momentum on the last success. So
then
that gives me 4.
Yeah, you gain 1 more, so you're at 4 momentum now.
Okay, so I can only get 1 more.
Yeah, we cap out at 5.
Everyone's gonna die.
So
I mean, all of them.
They try to attack you, Nog, unsuccessfully. The Horde they do get to attack your companions, but it's not going to be
those fellas. What I'm trying to help.
Yeah, it's going to be relative. Well, I mean, you can't body block the entire Horde, unfortunately, Nog. I'm sorry. But
he's going to eat
you're making
tonight,
a significant dent. You hear some cries and screams from behind you. They're making a decent show of himself, as Nazaro has kind of regimented the militiamen into a very the hardened veteran militia that you guys have.
They just don't get it.
Have lined up, and they're making a good show for themselves for now. They make a small dent in the Zangors.
Well,
at the end of the round, we have the fleshy terrain. Wolfram, I need you to make a dodge roll, please.
All right, give me a second here.
You're looking for 3 degrees of success, Wolfram, because I rolled quite well.
Dude, why'd you have to roll quite well, man?
No, that's
and
very
there's no momentum for reloading. That's got to be a combat
there
thing,
is
right?
not.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, let's see. I think you got me because I think I have an incredible dodge, but not when I roll a 67. That's only one level of success.
1 level of success. I had unfortunately I rolled a 6 on the dice, so
okay,
it happens. You are gonna take 1 point of damage.
All right. Okay.
You'll take a single point. However, you are currently entangled. And you have what is referred to as what's a condition? The entangled condition.
All right.
So as these like fleshy tendrils, almost like hands, almost like finger-like hands, burst out of the floor until you realize they actually are the floor. They wrap around your legs, almost stretching and moving like a snake. As they wrap around, you are considered bound. And you may not move. All actions that involve movement, you suffer a -10 penalty. You have to remove the entangled condition you have to make a strength test opposed to the creature.
Right.
So you currently have 1 entangled condition, and it can get worse every turn.
Okay. Can I see out the doorway or the window?
You can. You managed to
Do I happen to
reload
see any flyers, any enemy outside the doorway or the window?
Not yet.
I may have not sniper style. Okay.
Well, we're not to your turn yet, though.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood. Okay. All right.
Yeah, that was just the end of the round. That will bring us to the end of the 3rd round. Now we're on to round 4. We're going to keep this going, keep this momentum rolling. Top of the round, cultist. What's left of him? Go ahead and defend yourself, Henry. I'm rolling very badly for cultists. Unless you roll really bad, like 5 degrees of failure bad, I think you're going to be fine. Okay. You're fine, Henry, as they feebly break against your armor. However, your knights are also fine, as they are ripping and tearing through the rest of them. Which brings me to first in our initiative being Luther.
All right. I am going to...
You still have 4 flyers,
Okay.
4 discs. There's a single lone Chaos Warrior. I'm kind of keeping the cultists in check for now, but they look like they're about to break.
Okay. I am going to cast a spell, I believe.
What are you going to cast?
Okay.
Soul Blight.
No. Not Soul Blight. I'm going to cast...
Purple Sun.
No. I'm going to cast the Great Fires of Uzul.
The Great Fires of Azul. It
Yes.
sounds so. It sounds so like almost like Lord of the Rings, you know.
Isn't that
I love
Ghostbusters? Azul?
Maybe.
I think that's Ghostbusters. Yeah, Azul. Or that's Azul.
Azul.
Dan, you know the
I
answer,
think it's
Dan.
Azul.
Okay.
Oh, there is no Dana, only Zool.
Yeah,
Azul.
it's
That's
right
what it is.
there.
Just
Yeah, it is,
Azul. Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you for clearing that up, Daniel.
Apologies. Sorry. Continue.
But yes. Well, question. So there's one night and there's still the mob.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm looking out onto the field,
Mm-hmm.
would I, if I look in front of Henry,
Mm-hmm.
like if I'm like trying to cast a spell in front of Henry,
Okay.
how wide's the street?
It's a large fairway. I will say though, like,
Okay.
if you're not worried about blowing up Henry's knights, go for it. They're all like mixed into this crowd of cultists.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But maybe you're not worried about it.
I'm not super worried about it. I'm very concerned about his knights. They seem to have lost themselves to madness. It's just a matter of...
They're doing the work of Sigma right now. Look at them.
It's true. It's true. Actually, we're gonna try this. It might not go well. We're gonna try it. I'm gonna try to cast a different spell.
Okay, what are you trying then?
Yexmar's Flaming Blizzard.
What the fuck is that?
It's a very strange name. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's YGETHMORS.
Okay.
Maybe the Y silent. Gethmores.
Maybe. Yeah, sure. Just as good as my one.
Yeah. Gethmores Flaming Blizzard.
I love it.
Let's see what we can do here. Okay. Go to Memento. That's 10 levels of success.
Dear Lord.
I had to do a lot of math there for my clothing and the area effects. And,
of course, yes.
So, and the reduction. But yes, 10 levels of success. But yes, I'm going to cast Yexmar's Blizzard and Memento.
What does that entail?
I need to look up, my overcasting.
Overcasting, huh?
Yep, so that'll be plus 3 success levels, so that would be. Oh man. Question also.
Yes.
That would be bad. Well, we'll see. Are there chaos minions behind us further in the distance as well? Like, is there like an army here? Is this like just trying to get the
in your near vicinity? You don't see anything right now.
Not down the road.
You could probably assume that there are either smaller war bands of this size or bigger, or spread out throughout the city, probably marauding. That'd be your best guess. Okay.
Well, with the overcast, I'm gonna just plus the damage by 3.
Okay.
And I am going. What it does is.
Where are you directing? Oh, yeah, exactly. I need to know the specifics of the spell.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I gotta go back to the spell. Okay. The spell.
Okay.
It's a big one.
All right.
This is a big one. Okay. So in front of Henry, it's gonna be like just a few feet in front of Henry, maybe like a foot in front of Henry. So he's gonna be really close to it.
Okay. Okay.
I am going to create a mighty gale of sparks and cinders. Targets within the area of effect suffer 8+ my success levels in damage. So that would be 10. So it'd be 18 damage.
Yep.
Plus another 3, so it'd be 21 damage total.
Yep.
They take damage every round and must pass a challenging athletics test or receive a prone condition or the knockdown. In addition, flammable objects and terrain features, this is up to you. In the area have a 25% chance of igniting each round.
Okay.
I don't know how you want to do that.
That's fair.
Only hard cover provides shelter from the flaming blizzard. So if they are like behind a wall or something like that, they can be
it can
safe from it.
Safe from it.
The big thing about this spell is its area of effect. So I can cast it, my willpower, in yards far away, which would be 50 yards. I can cast it 50 yards out. The target area effect is also 50 yards. So it'd be 50 yards, which would be about 150 feet in diameter.
Yes. Yes, it is.
is a flaming blizzard of great proportions. But yes, they need to make a athletics test.
They're gonna blow everyone up.
I am going to vaporize the street.
How? I'm assuming it has a vertical. It has to.
I assume it would
like
too.
A dome, maybe.
It just
doesn't really say.
Effect. So I would assume it would be a diameter. So
yeah, that's what I'm assuming.
It would be 150 feet.
Like rounded. Yeah. I get what you're saying. That's gargantuan.
Like a big fireball.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's a colossal. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's but this is it does say it's not an explosion.
Yeah.
It's all of a sudden sparks.
It just just makes it all of a sudden.
Yes.
Yeah.
All of a sudden fire starts catching on people.
Flow or just ash flows around everything.
I like to picture it, if you wouldn't mind. If I could
of course, yes.
Sure.
By all means.
As Henry's, fighting off the minions in front of him, all of a sudden you start to see like the winds start to blow and gust, and some of the mob is starting to fall down, and all of a sudden you start to see sparks just kind of flicker in the air, just flick, and almost like fireworks, like sparklers, kind of like, and all of a sudden someone just engulfs in flames. And then another, as it increases in the winds in front of Henry. You can feel the heat on his mask as it pushes forward down the boulevard, engulfing everything, including his knights, the Chaos Warrior as well. Perhaps some horses catch on fire. I don't know, but everything burns.
You're sick.
As well as Luther says. I will cleanse this place of its taint, and I will cast my fire as I slam my staff into the ground, and as the wind takes place.
Very Gandalf of you. As the explosion ignites and the literal air begins to burn, the cultists are all incinerated. Almost instantaneously. The knight is also incinerated, burned alive in his armor.
Good.
And one of the, actually two of the Zinchian discs are caught in the draft and are destroyed.
Hell yeah.
So with that,
Henry's Knights.
And I have to roll for Henry's Knights. Athletics?
This is just to see if they're prone. Not
yes.
prone, but yes. They take the 21 damage.
Do you want to roll it, Henry?
I'll let you roll it.
Okay. They're not prone. They managed to do that. However, taking 21 damage is going to hurt them very badly.
The horses will also take 21 damage?
Yes, they will. Yes, they will.
And they're all caught on fire just because of my spellcraft, not because of the spell itself, but when a single play is conditioned as well.
How many wounds does a horse have?
A warhorse has
22. Plus their toughness.
If they do not escape the area effect of this, because its duration is 5 rounds. So if they don't escape it, they have to make those tests again and take another 21 damage.
So the horses are immediately ignited. Most of the cultists die, except for the ones that are clustered around Henry and kind of towards that, like where he is, obviously, because you were trying not to engulf him. Most of Henry's knights are also burned quite badly, with the exception of the lovely Baudry, of course, who escapes the blast.
Damn.
For now.
I'm about to say, I'll get him.
And that is finally going to be the end of Luther's turn.
Yep,
Let's
sorry.
go to my Chaos Knights. Oh, wait. They're all dead.
Okay.
Let's move on to Wolfram. Wolfram, if you would.
I sure
go
hope that
to-
explosion wasn't near me.
It was not Wolfram.
That
You
was
were
like on the
inside
other
a-
side of Luther, right? Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
you were inside a
Yeah.
building. So, but you do in fact feel intense heat, even more so than the.
Pressure wave, perhaps.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. But you are currently being entangled within this building. If you'd like to
Okay.
break free, you have to make a strength test.
All right, let's try that strength test. Not maybe we'll see.
It is
something
it is
up the window.
opposed, and
Oh,
I
shit.
rolled a 96, which means I have 6 degrees of failure for
You can do it, Wolfram.
building. You
Well,
can,
I hope
you
so.
can do it.
I have a low strength.
You have a low strength, so you might.
So
you
as long as
might
I don't
end up-
fail, but as long as I don't fail by 6 degrees.
Yes, yeah. If you
All
fail
right,
by
all
5,
right,
you're
that's
still
good. That's
getting
good.
out.
Yeah. I wish I had a Rory on my shoulder. Give me that good luck that Nog gets. Oh.
God.
Guess what that is?
Critical
Chris.
I pulled that
success.
thing and I tear it to pieces. That's a 22, son.
So
Yeah.
I'll
Which is
nor-
a crit. I did pass. That's
Yes.
a crit. That's a pass.
Yeah.
Okay.
Normally when you make the test, it's considered like your action for the turn. With a critical success, I'll say that you're able to easily break free at the last moment, and you can still use your action to do something if you'd like.
I would like to shoot something.
Okay.
Is there anything that I can see?
There-
if there's
there
not, I'm going to
are-
move up closer to Luther. That's fine if I have to just get in
There
a
are-
better position.
So there are 2 remaining discs. That's
Okay.
it. The rest of the field has been cleared.
All right, and the discs look, and they're doing great still.
One of them is hurt, not horribly, but it's hurt, and the other one's fine.
All right, I'd like to. Let's see if we can't. If it's already hurt, I bet maybe I can kill it. I would like to try and take a shot at the one that's hurt. Why
Give me a
not,
shot.
Okay. Let me just use that. Oh, I don't have any fate points. I don't have any fortune points. So guess what? I missed. Just a miss.
missed.
Not a crit.
Oh.
Not a crit fail. Just a miss.
Wolfram never misses.
He does
When you
now.
roll a 97, then it's barely a miss.
And I just
damn it.
the round reloading. It's fine. This is
You duck out and you think you have a good beat on it, but apparently there was still a little piece of the floor still attached that tugs you at just the last moment, and you just boom, it goes just a little bit wide.
the fates are not on my day.
That's the end of Wolfram's turn, unfortunately. The discs are immediately turning and then flying off into the distance, flying away as fast as they possibly can. They hang low to the buildings so that you don't have line of sight as they fly somewhere else, retreating. The only combat we have left to resolve. Well, actually, I take that back. There is one more thing we need to resolve. Henry,
Yes.
you're in frenzy.
Yeah.
You begin to while you're in frenzy, you have to keep killing until there are no enemies left. There are still cultists around you. You turn to them and start bashing skulls in left and right with the hammer, just sweeping them through them, urging your horse to stomp on their embittered bodies as they fall before you, as you're just smashing and tearing and destroying.
Chaos filth.
Covered in blood.
Yes.
Baudry next to you, likewise. His horse apparently somewhat caught in a blast. He has ditched it. He's on foot, scything through the remaining cultists with almost lupine dexterity. Unfortunately, Henry, you can't see much of that right now because you are preoccupied with the blood, the bodies, the tearing, the death.
Yeah.
And we'll resolve you in a moment. As we go into the final combat, possibly the final roll for this combat for the night. Nog! Let's see if you can break the Zangar Horde.
All right. With 4 levels of momentum and a Rory
Yes.
on my shoulder,
I got a feeling you're
That
going to do
is
fine.
an 80 under an 81. So that gives me 4.
Yes.
Yeah, 4. Right. And then
I have 4 degrees of failure.
Oh, nice.
So you're definitely going to hit.
Yeah.
How much damage can you do, Nog? Let's find out.
Well, that was so that's going to be the base of 17 plus the 4.
So 21 points.
21 points, yeah.
I had, with the toughness, I had 18 wounds left.
Ooh.
And you are going to scythe through them.
I figure I just cut them low.
Dog just begins to just flaying bodies left and right, smashing them aside, grabbing bits and bobs and shoving them in your butcher's belt. Maybe snacks for later. Who knows?
We did it.
No,
yeah, some snacks for later for sure.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But Nog, in fact, you do break the Zangor horde that shatters, and the hardened veteran expedition troops scythe down all those retreating away from them. But they are cautioned from Nazaro, who tells them to hold short before charging into any of the alleyways, just in case there might be more tricks at work.
Could be more of them coming along.
Exactly. Nog, lead the way. We must find the rest.
And so I'm going to say, now that I've cleared the back end of the horde, I'll be bringing up the rear, snacking along the way.
Okay. The expedition begins to thunder onwards, deeper, following the trail of bodies left by Henry, almost like almost like the breadcrumbs, except for their corpses. That leads the expedition straight towards finding one another. Flipping back to the rest of you, Wolfram, Henry, Luther. Luther and Wolfram both. Wolfram, I'm assuming you're trying to reload your weapons. You're still in a war zone, essentially. While Luther, after your spell begins to die down, you have, in fact, killed most of Henry's knights.
Good.
With the exception of Squire Baudry.
Are the flying guys still floating around?
They left.
They left. Okay. Well,
they retreated. It seems
Luther, or not Luther, is Wolfram safe now?
Wolfram, you glance back and you see Wolfram behind you, rapidly reloading his weapons as quickly as possible. You see behind almost like a corner, you see peeking out the brigandine helm of the mongrel, who kind of looks out and sees the rest of you, seeing that everything's kind of quieting down, or should be quieting down.
Mm-hmm. Is Henry and Baudry, I've lost track of them? And...
Let's see how Henry's doing.
Okay.
Henry, your frenzy ends.
I'm fine.
You're shaking. Your body hurts. You get 1 point of exhaustion. So you get one of those fatigue conditions, unfortunately, for coming out of a frenzy. But you look over towards Squire Baudry, who's on foot, just covered from head to toe in blood. He looks up at you. His eyes are black. Completely black.
Baudry, focus on me. Focus on my words. Steady your breathing.
He begins to growl. Almost
Baudry.
ferally.
Focus on my words, Baudry.
Give me a command roll, Henry.
Ooh, a command roll. What is command?
It is...
Fellowship?
Leadership.
Leadership.
Mm-hmm.
You should have a really good one too, bro.
Yeah, you should.
It's getting better.
Good.
It's not really good.
I mean, your actions, though, you show true leadership.
But that will pass.
Okay. He has to make
25.
a opposed. He's gonna fail.
3 levels of success if it matters.
He fails. He begins to calm.
Oh.
As he does, Henry, you see that his body begins to almost like slacken, and you see he actually gets smaller as if his muscles are retracting. The eyes shift back to the normal brown, and now he's panting. So Henry, what am I? What is... He looks around almost in shock for a moment.
We're in a bed of chaos, Padre. I almost lost you. If you can't tell, Padre, well, this is Sudenburg.
He looks confused for a moment. However, before you can digress any more information between each other, you're drawn to a sound of coughing from one of the nearby doorways.
I will hop off my horse. Is it like a normal coughing, a raspy,
like
phlegmy?
A coughing, and you hear almost like voices like shh, shh.
Okay. I'll pop off my horse. My name is Henry Berthold. I am a knight of the Empire. Is there anybody in here?
You see the 2 large doors. Apparently the very doors that all of the almost naked cultists were trying to break open.
Mm-hmm.
You look up, Henry, and you see markings on the outside of this building. And you see a statue. It looks like this is more than likely a temple of some kind. Not extremely ornate, not grand. As you call out, you hear a female voice. Is it safe?
It is safe for the moment. I would venture out into the main thoroughfare. What is the statue of? Can I tell? Or is it too destroyed?
It's pretty messed up. It's warped in strange ways, mostly by the various effects of the raging flames of change still burning throughout the city.
Mm-hmm.
So, not really, but when the door cracks, you see we would describe them as like a priestess, but they're kind of like wearing almost like the garb of like a nun, with a bluish color to it. And you would recognize a Sister of Shalian anytime you've seen one before.
Yes.
Older woman. She, the door cracks open. She says, "Come in. It is not safe to be out there."
Sister, I have my men with me. How many people do you have in here?
30, 40 maybe. Wounded soldier as well.
Right. Bar the doors. I will return. I have a wizard. And I have to go back and collect an ogre.
You hear a call from within the building. I must tell them! I must tell them!
Sister, what is that man saying?
He's somewhat delirious. I think he wishes to speak with you.
Right. I'll turn to Baudry. Baudry, gather up the rest of them.
Kind of like slowly nods, begins to walk away. He eyeballs Luther as he walks past.
Go inside the temple and wait for the others. Look for this man.
You enter into the temple. You see what looks like what would have been pews and various other places for people to sit and give thanks and receive treatment from the various sisters that were once here. It has been very quickly and expeditiously turned into a place of refuge. The various furniture and whatnot has been stacked against the large windows, barring them as best they can. There appears to be a rather significant, almost like a beam that has been kind of pushed against the doors was pulled away by a few of the more burly looking survivors that you see inside. From the looks of them, Henry, they kind of look like hard men. You would recognize like the telltale signs of like their hands and some of the scars and tattoos. These are probably people that work on the docks. People of that kind, as well as their families. You see quite a few women and children taking refuge within the sisters' building, one of the only places of refuge, it appears, somehow untouched by the flames of change. Perhaps it is the mercy of Shalia herself. Regardless, though, you are directed by Sister. Where are you, Sister? Where is she? Sister Kaja. She directs you to a wounded soldier, it appears. His name is Sven. He usually works on a patrol, almost like a what do you call this? A guard at the docks. The man looks like his face has been severely burned, but there isn't blackened flesh beneath. It's almost like a strange green cerulean color, almost like scales across his face. He's bleeding from various other injuries. It looks like he's incurred. He looks up with his one good eye towards you. They came. We were supposed to meet back at the. We were supposed to fall back. My group we were caught out. Couldn't make it. We were all seeking refuge. Moving to the courthouse of Governor Wassarian.
It's okay. You fought bravely and you did want to make it here.
You must help them. You must save them.
The courthouse. I will gather them up. How many?
I do not know. I do not know if any will even be left.
And you believe that's what the governor is?
That's where he was supposed to be in session, yes.
Right. Well, thank you for your help. Get some rest. Did you see any of the knights? Any changed ones? Corrupted?
Yes, many. That was nothing compared to the demons.
The demons.
Horrors. Spilling out of a black ship.
Black ship at the docks.
Yes, that's how this started. We all rushed to defend the docks. But we were assaulted from the wall. We did not have time to act. Caught between two forces.
Right. Very well. Thank you, Sven. Get some rest.
I will. You see as his eye,
Yes.
the color slowly begins to change to yellow.
I'll give him a friendly, touch on the shoulder, and I'm gonna go find this sister.
Sister Kasha is nearby.
Sister, are you in charge here?
I appear to be for now, yes.
That man's Finn. Have you tended to his wounds yet? Have you seen him?
Yes, there are many like him.
I'm afraid he's been touched by chaos.
Indeed he has. But the lady may yet take him to her bosom and purge him of his affliction.
Let's very well hope so. Keep an eye on him. I would hate for them to spread inside your temple here. You've done well saving these people.
She looks a little shaken still from everything that's been happening. Yes.
I hate to ask this of you, sister, but if you have the time and any medicine to spare, some of my men could use some healing.
Of course. She calls out, and you see a couple much younger sisters come out with what meager supplies they still have left.
Obviously, I'll prioritize Lucian and what's her face?
Johanna. Yeah. They're brought to the temple itself, and it appears that the mongrel is going to take up station here for now until you guys regather.
Mm-hmm.
Is Nog caught up with us yet?
I would think shortly after this, Nog and the rest of the expedition would catch up. Yes.
I don't know who else needed healing. I'll save myself for last, being the noble person that I am.
Yes. Of course you will.
Luther's fine. Untouched.
And then, I don't know if we have any, quick downtime or not, but while this is happening, I would probably go find a quiet space and pray to, Shalia.
Okay, yeah.
Hell yeah, brother. Shalia's mercy.
If there's time,
Kind of walk in, and you see there is a single statue inside.
Luther's chatting up one of the sisters, and even divine magic has some of the same properties as my own. Perhaps way more similar than you think.
We do not receive magic, sir. They are the blessings of the lady herself.
Of course. Yes, of course. Miracles, you say. Did you see what I did on the street?
I did not. I was cowering inside.
Of course. Well, I've done extensive study on the subject, and, I don't want to bore you any longer. You have a lovely place here. I have this ogre. Have you much experience treating ogres?
No, sir. No.
I believe he is wounded, and he will need extensive healing. Perhaps 3 or 4 of you could patch him up?
We'll see.
He doesn't bite, I've never seen him bite a woman before. Yes, never seen him bite a woman. I think you're safe.
We'll be inside. Yes.
Of course.
I just
Knock.
walk off.
They can hear you in here.
Wolfram is going to head inside the
fantastic.
temple and see if a severe injury on my legs here. Can you there, the young one, help me clean these wounds? And I can't believe it either. Yes, he talks to himself all the time. Wizards, you know. So no, here, I'll get these breeches off for you. So, and I would like to see if I could get my single wound cleaned. And remember, I'm just misunderstood here. So
I was trying to say that.
You
I was
will.
trying to say our magic comes from the same source.
Yes. As Wolfram drops his pants, and one of the younger sisters kind of blushes for a moment and kind of like does this.
Oh, you've never seen him that big before. I understand.
Tries to put like a bandage over the small nick across his knee.
Yes.
Yes. As he is healed for one wound.
Don't worry, Wolfram. I can heal you. And I suck it over my hand.
Her hands are softer. Get away from me. No, actually, your hands are softer.
Get away from me. Sir Nog.
I will take. Wait. Before I leave, I will go and I will put. That's 10. That's as high as Wolfram can count. 10 silvers in the box.
10 silvers in the poor box. Yeah. All right.
That's right. I hope they're not tainted because they.
Nice of you. That's nice of you. But of course not. Let's hope not.
Fingers crossed.
Wolfram put some silver into the box.
With a wink at the girl. There's more where that came from.
Are you injured, Nog? You will.
Yeah, I'm down like 11 wounds.
You will receive 9 wounds, actually.
Woohoo.
Henry, you will receive also 9 wounds. Ooh. Patched up. Luther receives nothing because apparently he was untouched, as he likes to say.
Untouched. Luther, pristine.
The pristine.
Yes.
As the few remaining Shelling priestesses and those in waiting are patching up the remainder of the expedition. Wolfram still pantless for some reason. One leg up on
gotta air it out, man. Just gotta air it
box, kind of letting his wound kind of dry out.
Breathe.
Letting it breathe. That is where we're going to take our first break.